Joe Hopkins here, and I've got this series I do called You Need to Hear This Album, and usually I review an album, but today I'm reviewing all of the albums by a band that I always really loved, that, you know, at one time I owned all their albums, all of them up through Garage Inc. If you remember back in the days before streaming and you had to purchase a physical copy of the album, I did. I bought them, and then I don't know. After that, I still love Metallica, and I even like some of the stuff other people don't like, but I just didn't buy the albums. I stopped buying albums at some point. I don't know. Anybody's albums. So, meanwhile, I'm gonna have me a beer, because it is Metallica, you know? What did they call themselves once? Alcoholica? Yeah. Well, cheers, buddy. Let's give this stuff a listen, see if it's any good. We're going to start with Kill 'Em All from 1983, obviously. Start at the beginning. I had to look. I'd remember. When did it come out? 83. Okay, yeah, I had this one on cassette tape. Let's give it a listen here. Yeah, starts with Hit the Lights. Intro. Yeah, good stuff, right? Yeah, good stuff. Don't want to play too much. The copyright bandits will get me. What do we got? The Four Horsemen? Yeah, headbanging shit, baby. Yeah. Motor Breath. That is one of my favorite songs of theirs. Motor Breath is how I live my life. I love it. I'm taking down whatever's in my way. You see, man, old school thrash. Oh, man, Jump in the Fire? Yeah. Tell me that ain't some good shit, man. Tell me. What we got here? Yeah. Oh, Anesthesia. That's that bass solo, right? Good stuff. Cliff Burton was awesome. I think you guys get the idea. Old school thrash, good stuff. You should listen to it. Let's move on. That is an amazing album, in my opinion, for anybody that's into real metal. Old school metal, right? So what came out next? Ride the Lightning, 1984. I need a drink. That. Ride the Lightning, I think, is a totally classic album. I'll be honest with you, I like Kill 'Em All better. I do. I liked it better for some reason. I'm just going to say, Metallica, you got to take them era by era, right? Because this stuff is their old stuff, you know? Let's see here. Yeah, it starts out with like classical kind of stuff. Let's move up a little bit. What song is that? Fight Fire with Fire. Tell me that ain't an intro, right? Yes, that is an awesome song. Ride the Lightning, the title track. Oh yeah. Come on. My computer. Yes. Very guitar heavy, very cool. My favorite song on this album, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Yes, Time Marches On. For Whom the Bell Tolls. I love that shit. Love it, right? Fade to Black. Yeah, you know, good stuff. You gotta love old school Metallica. Ride the Lightning is one of those albums that just is, it's classic. It's classic. Now, the one everybody knows, 1986 Master of Puppets. This is the album of Metallica's albums, right? Yeah, come on, everybody knows that one, right? Everybody knows that song, especially since they used it on Stranger Things. It's a hit again, right? Master of Puppets, everybody's favorite Metallica album. Now, you know, the Cliff Burton era Metallica, yeah, you gotta, it is. Yeah, once again, it's an era. An era. Let's see, what else we got on here? Disposable Heroes. I love that song, Disposable Heroes. I must have played that 1,000 times, so should you. And what do we have next? We are now, after the death of Cliff Burton, they picked up Jason Newsted, did Injustice for All, and turned the bass down so far that you can't hear it. Kind of a dick move. Nobody ever claimed these guys were nice guys, you know, but... Yeah, you can hear it sounds a little thin just because they did that, you know? They just turned the bass all the way down. And that's a dick move, and I get it, your bass player died, you got a new bass player. It didn't help the album any. Everybody knows this one. Everybody knows one, right? I'll be honest with you, and Justice for All was not my favorite Metallica album. I kind of thought it was, I didn't like it that much. I was like, oh, it's not as good. But then they put out the Black Album in 1991 and started 90s era Metallica, the Jason Newsted era, right? And Justice for All hardly counts in that. That's, I don't know. But yeah, Jason Newsted did the Black Album with them, and you know, their sound kind of changed. It changed every time they got a new bass player, I'll be honest with you, right? But the Black Album is, everybody knows it, you know, right off the bat. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. What the hell? Yeah, everybody knows Enter Sandman. Sad but true. Amazing riff. Everybody's heard it. Here come the hits. The big, big hits. Yeah. Yeah, The Unforgiven, which I think they played 500 times an hour on MTV, you know? Everybody knows the Black Album and the big hits. Now we're into the MTV era Metallica, where MTV couldn't get enough of them. We got 1996, Load. And here's the thing, right? Everybody really got pissed off at this album because they cut their hair. Well, who cares? It's a good album. It's a damn good album. Take the album as it comes. Just don't forget they did everything in the past. Take this as a new thing, and it's a good album. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Right? Yeah, right off the bat, man, that's a hell of a riff. Hell of a riff, right? That's some good riffage, man. I think Load and Reload were two of the best riff albums, just for straight up cool riffs. Yeah, man. Cool riffs until it sleeps. Yeah, if you don't remember that one, check it out. That is a cool song, right? So, yeah, a lot of hits on that one. Plus, I thought it deserved to have a lot of hits. Those were really good. And then 1997, Reload. I think they originally wanted that to be a Load and Reload to go together. And then they didn't for some reason. But Yeah.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh.
Tell me that ain't a great way to open an album. Damn. Yeah, The Memory Remains, man, that is an awesome song. Which other ones do we have on? The Unforgiven 2 was pretty good, I thought, you know. But yeah, Slither. I thought that was a badass tune, right? I really did. What other really good ones were on there? Where the Wild Things Are. Yeah, that's heavy. That's a heavy album, right? I dug it. I really liked Reload. I saw them on their Reload tour. They played Merriweather Post Pavilion outside of Baltimore, and I got to see them on the Reload tour. It was awesome. It really was. Getting to see them back then when they were like huge at the time, right? And they still are. They're still huge, but that's like at their height. You know, and then the next album, Garage Inc., 1998, it was a cover album, but let's be honest, one of the best cover albums out there. And it's Metallica, for Pete's sake. Yeah, see, that's cool. Let's just skip around here, see what kind of riffage. Yeah, there they are doing Bob Seger. You know, let's see what else little bits we got. Yeah, they did a lot of kind of off-kilter stuff on there too. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can find a track list. They did some really songs that you wouldn't recognize necessarily. I thought it was cool. They did Whiskey in the Jar, and everybody's heard that one, the Thin Lizzy version. You know, cool song. Astronomy by Blue Oyster Cult. I loved their version of that. I love Blue Oyster Cult. What can I say? You know, they did Die Die My Darling. That was cool. You don't hear a lot of people covering that kind of stuff. But let's see what else we got here. Yeah, there's Astronomy. I love Blue Oyster Cult. I can't help it. Anyway, Garage Inc., if you haven't heard it, is worth a listen because Metallica turned a lot of songs really heavy. And most of those songs started out pretty heavy, right? I mean, they're doing stuff by the Misfits and, like I said, Blue Oyster Cult. And they did Tuesdays Gone by Lynyrd Skynyrd. They did a really good version of that, too. And, you know, what other thing? I'm trying to remember some of the names of some of the bands. I know the songs, and I can't remember all the band names. I used to know the name of every band on here, but you know, that they covered. But I don't remember a lot of them. Stone Cold Crazy by Queen. Awesome version of that. And some of them are stuff they did a long time ago. And then I think one disc, it was 2-disc set. One was covers they did in the past, and one is covers they're doing now when the album came out in like 98. You know, so next, of course, we have the album that pissed everybody off, Saint Anger. Lack of guitar solos. I don't know why everybody got on the drum sound. That dong, dong, yeah, it's a metal snare. Yeah, that didn't bother me. I actually thought it was a pretty good album. And I'm pretty sure they also like down-tuned their guitars real heavy. It's experimental, but it didn't bother me. I didn't think it was their best work, but I didn't think it was their terrible. I liked it, right? It was, yeah, that sounds okay, nothing wrong with that.
An endless stream of fear that I've made.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. And the title track, Saint Anger. Yeah, I thought it was cool riffs. I thought it was, you know, it's different. Just take it by itself. Don't take it as part of their catalog. Just listen to it as its own thing. You know? And it's kind of cool taking on its own, you know?
I don't even know what the question is.
That's cool. That's cool stuff if you ask me. I don't know why everybody got so pissed. Well, I know why. I know why they got pissed, because it sounds different. It doesn't sound like the last 5 albums.
How sweet are you?
I like it though. I gotta be honest with you. I thought it was cool. And then they did Death Magnetic, right? When did that even come out? 2008, right? And a lot of people were like, oh, that's kind of a return to their thrash roots. I've only listened to parts of it, to be honest with you. Let's...
See ya, snuff reality.
Yeah.
Score. Crying, weeping, shedding strife. Slipping fast.
That I thought was weird, doing the Unforgiven 3. It's like you have a hit and you just keep doing more versions of it. Anyway, yeah, I can see it. It's definitely thrashier. Sounds more like what would have come after Master of Puppets, maybe. You know, cool. It's a cool album. And like I said, I haven't listened to a ton of it. And then they did Lulu with Lou Reed. All right, so that's just weird, right? Lou Reed, he's like, it's Metallica. They're playing like just almost like they're screwing around with Lou Reed doing spoken word over it. He's reading, I'll tell you here, 2 works from 1895 and 1904 by the German playwright Frank Wedekind. Anyway, German playwright. Lou Reed's reading his stuff. It's weird. It is. I'll give it that. It is very weird. You can hear Metallica riffage, right?
I am the view.
And you know,
You adore the river, the stream, the trickle, the tributary.
yes, it's strange.
Let me lift a glass high.
Yeah. All right, I know. That's weird stuff. It's Lou Reed, though. I mean, what do you expect? Not weird?
Flies right past you. There's nothing to say.
Like I said, that's some strange stuff. But some of it isn't terrible, is it?
Why do you cheat on me?
I can dig it, I guess, a bit. Let's go through it a little bit more.
A little dog can make you sick.
Okay, it's pretty bad. All right, Lulu. Some of it's actually kind of interesting. I'd say give some of it a listen just to do it. A lot of the riffage is really good. I get the impression this is stuff that they would have made songs out of, but they kind of went in a different direction, or stuff that didn't work for their album or whatever. Who knows? Maybe they were just screwing around in the studio. I don't know. I didn't hate it. There's not much I really hate. I didn't hate Lulu. I think you could give it one listen and that's it. After that, you're done. And, you know, maybe one song at a time, small doses. But it's interesting. I'll give it that. It is interesting. And then in 2016, they put out Hardwired to Self-Destruct. And I listened to parts of that. That's a really cool album. This is at the point where you no longer buy albums, you stream them. So, you know. Good start to an album, right?
All you carry, all you bear.
Yeah, very thrashy, metally, you know. Yeah, good riffs, good, you know, it's not bad. Yeah, I can dig that riffage, I can dig the vibe. Yeah, it's very Metallica, right? And then they had an album come out just last year, 2023, called 72 Seasons, that everybody's, once again, all worked up about. Everybody seems to think that, like, the solos seem kind of phoned in. And they do a little bit. It's not what it was in the past, but at the same time, they're experimenting. They're trying things, you know. That's a good opening bit there. That's a fine way to open an album, right? Let's see. Yeah, you get your standard, you know, pentatonic. That's, yeah. Yeah, that sounds very Metallica, right? Good riffs. Yeah, I can dig that. I can dig it. I can dig that. I've listened to parts of that album. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. Probably should have reviewed it when it came out, but I didn't. And, you know, I like it. What I've heard of it, I'd have to say my favorite era of Metallica is probably... Ooh, honestly, I still love Kill 'Em All. I think it's just, you know, those first three albums are so classic. I wasn't terribly big on Injustice for All, but the Black Album, Load and Reload, I really liked, right? And then I just kind of haven't listened to their newer stuff as much. I like it, but I take it in the era that it's in, the context that they've changed, they've done different things. There's a difference between Metallica from the first couple albums, Metallica in the 90s, Metallica, you know, the last couple albums they did there. It's a different vibe. It's a different thing. You take it differently. And, you know, that's my thoughts on it. Yeah. That's every Metallica album in order. And of course, I'm not doing everything they've done. Like S&M, I never even saw the point in that. Yeah, Symphony and Metallica, S&M. I get it. Yeah, S&M. But it's just Metallica with a symphony, and I didn't think it was that good. I don't think the symphony added much to it, in my opinion. And they have a lot of other little side things and little EPs and shit they did over the years. But that's like the main albums right there. And that's a pretty good discography. I gotta say, Metallica, awesome band. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anything of theirs that really, truly sucks other than Lulu. And even that, like I said, is interesting. I found it interesting. And I don't fault them for trying it. I don't fault anybody for trying something new. Lou Reed says, hey, let's do something together. It's Lou Reed. Are you going to say no? You know what I mean? You're going to give it a shot. What the hell? So what if it sucks? You did an album with Lou Reed. It's cool. Anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on it. I got to finish this. Tell me what you think in the comments below. At the end here, there's an end screen that playlists come up. There's a playlist called I Didn't Get a Memory. That's my album. Listen to it and tell me if I'm as good as Metallica. Yeah, tell me if you can hear the influence, right? I loved Metallica. I still do. Grew up being a big Metallica fan. I'm glad I got to see them live. Back in, when did I go to see them? God, yeah, they were on the Reload tour, like I said, so it would have been like 98, I guess. Great time to see Metallica. It was a great time to see them. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I love you guys. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.